A grief that never ends. It hangs on these aging Korean grandmothers, victims taken from their home country, used as sex slaves for Japanese soldiers during World War II, known as comfort women. These 80 to 90-year-old women are the living but dwindling history of decades-old war crimes. Photographer An Se-hong is not about to let them be victimized again. He's knocking on the door of Nikon, the camera maker. An took the photos of these women and he was booked to exhibit them at the Nikon gallery. But when word spread about the exhibition, Nikon says phone calls complaining about the exhibit started coming in. Some Japanese extremists believe the crimes against the comfort women never happened. Nikon sent An a letter without explanation, canceling his exhibit. The reason I do this work is for these grandmothers, says An. He adds, the government and some Japanese people just hope these women will die and history will be erased. It's not right. Japan has a track record of downplaying its war crimes. This Comfort Women Memorial in Palisades Park, New Jersey is a recent example. Just a few weeks ago, Japan's government says 2 separate Japanese delegations met with the mayor of the small Jersey borough. The city claims the Japanese officials urged the mayor to remove the monument. That move reopened old wounds in the Korean American community.
They think it is an anti-Japanese movement or something else that trying to attack Japan, but it's not. If you don't remember if you don't learn from the past wrongdoings, you are doomed to repeat it.
Japan's government has formally apologized on numerous occasions for the atrocities against the women, and the government has paid reparations to the victims through a fund. But that's the problem here for the women. Without direct payment from the government, it looks like the country won't officially acknowledge what it's done. And that's why, says An, this is the closest he'll get to displaying his photographic memorial to the women. And why Japanese companies like Nikon, he says, can so easily insult the women. Why did Nikon decide to cancel the show? The Nikon gallery manager won't give a reason why, other than to say the exhibit is simply canceled. Nikon would not grant CNN an on-camera interview, but tells us that public complaints are not the reason for the cancellation. These grandmothers were forced into slavery 70 years ago, he says. They lived and survived alone. Afterwards, no one remembers them. Unless, he says, today's people fight yesterday's wrongs. Kyung-la, CNN, Tokyo.